Hello everyone, how are you all? My name is Bharat Kumar and today we are going to start the previous year CSE pre topics which has been asked in the examination and which are important according to the coming one also. And if we talk about the topics which has been asked in 2024, they are composition of atmosphere, latitudes and longitudes, from the structure of atmosphere, then after general circulation also they has asked, then the landforms, ocean currents, all these. So we will discuss them one by one, and today I am going to discuss one of the most important topic which is being asked on, you can say, year basis, that is latitudes and longitudes and its importance. So if we talk about latitude and longitudes, we know that there are no such lines present on earth, but rather they are imaginary in nature, means we humans has drawn them. Now the question comes, who made these latitudes and longitudes? So the person who made them was Eratosthenes, who is also known as father of geography, as you all know. We will deal them one by one. First we are going to see the latitudes and their importance, then after we will move on to the longitudes. So if we talk about latitudes, what is the first thing? That they are the imaginary lines which are drawn horizontally on earth. As we all know, horizontal lines, simply we can say they are rings on earth, or you can say bangles, means from this side also the same line and from the back side also the same line, which means the shape of latitudes are circle. On the other hand, they are parallel to each other. Now the parallel means the lines which are never going to intersect, and the distance between two will always remain the same. So the distance between two latitudes is 111 kilometer, but if we talk about the exact distance, it is 111.3. and as we all know that after point, if the digit is less than 5, we will remain on to the previous one, and if it is more than 5, we are going to jump to next one. So 111 kilometer, that distance between two latitudes. Then after, now the question comes, how or in which context they has been drawn? If they are imaginary in nature, what is the base of drawing them? So we will see it after some time. Before that, let us see the important latitudes. So the most important latitude is equator, which divides the earth in two equal hemispheres, that is north and south hemisphere. Now northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere, so if we see, if we are coming from north to south or south to north, we are covering only half circle, means 180 degree, and as the zero is dividing the earth in two equal half, so 90 degree top will be there and 90 degree bottom, which are considered as pole, northern pole and southern pole. On the other hand, if we talk about the shape of earth, what is the shape of earth? So some might be saying it is circle in nature, some elliptical or like orange or apple. So basically no such shape is there of earth. So what is the shape? So the shape of earth is geoid. Now the question comes, what does geoid stands for? So geoid means like earth. Now, and earth means like geoid. Now the question comes, sir, how it is possible? So let us match the shape of earth. If we are going to say that earth is a circle, so the distance from center to periphery must be equal. Is it so? No. It is more on equator and less on poles. So it is not a circle. If we say elliptical, so one side, one end is near and the second one is far. Is it not? It is not like that also. If like orange, we can say, so from the top orange is little bit lifted and from the bottom inside. It is not like that. Means there is no shape with which we can match the shape of earth. But if we take the photograph of earth and match it with the another one, is it going to be same? Yes. This means earth look like itself only. That's why the shape of earth is like earth only. Means identical in shape. That's why if we break the term, geo stands for earth and id stands for identical in nature. Clear? Now, but in geoid, the question is there, we have to imagine the things. That's why we have imagined it as circle. Now, the another important latitude, if you move, that is 23.5 degree north, which is known as Tropic of Cancer, and 23.5 degree south, which is known as Tropic of Capricorn. Then after 66.5 degree north is known as Arctic Circle, and 66.5 degree south is known as Antarctic Circle, which means beyond 66.5 north the Arctic starts and beyond 66.5 south Antarctic starts, which we considered as the polar areas. Why we are considering them as circle? Because as I told you earlier also, the shape of latitudes are circle. Now I am going to tell you the important events which take place between Cancer and Capricorn, and then after I will tell you why this event is happening. So first see, as we know, our earth migrate from north to south. Migration of sun take place. So our sun on 21st June is vertical over Tropic of Cancer. Means if a person is standing on 23.5 degree north on 21st June, the shadow during noon will be just below his feet, as because the sun will be over his head. And in this case, or during this event, the northern hemisphere experiences longest day and southern hemisphere experiences longest night, and this whole event is considered as summer solstice. Now the sun start migrating below or towards southern hemisphere, and on 22nd December the sun is vertical on Tropic of Capricorn. Means here the shadow will be just below the feet, means zero shadow, and due to this the northern hemisphere will experience longest night and southern hemisphere will experience longest day. Now if we make them reverse, on 21st June there is shortest night in northern hemisphere and shortest day in southern hemisphere. On 22nd December there is shortest day in northern hemisphere and shortest night in southern hemisphere. In this way also UPSC can ask you the question. It's not necessary that they are going to ask you the longest day and longest night. Now this event is known as winter solstice. Clear? Now if we notice, this is our equator. When the sun is moving from Cancer to Capricorn, it is crossing the equator one time, and again when moving from Capricorn to Cancer, again crossing the equator for the second time. This means the sun will be vertical for 2 days in a year over equator. Now when the sun is in the mid of earth, the day and night will be equal, and this equal day and night event is considered as equinox, which take place on 2 days, that is 23rd March and 21st March and 23rd September. March is considered as vernal equinox and 23rd September is considered as autumnal equinox. Vernal means spring equinox also. Basically in normal books you will find the spring equinox, but the synonym of spring is vernal. Now here the day in northern and southern hemisphere will be equal. Now how the UPSC is going to ask you the questions? The main aspect, they are not going to ask you directly. As we know that the vertical sun just over the head means there will be no shadow, and that's why when the sun is vertical in the sky, that day is considered as zero shadow day, as you all know, and it has been asked also. So the question comes, or how they will ask the questions: how many places on earth will experience vertical sun rays minimum one time in a year, or minimum once in a year, minimum? So what will be the answer? Basically the places which are located between Cancer to Capricorn will experience minimum 10 shadow day or vertical sun rays in a year. Now the question is going to change: how many places will experience maximum 2 vertical sun rays or 2 days of vertical sun rays, or basically 20 shadow day? So the answer will be, except Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, the places which are located between them will experience maximum 2 vertical sun rays or maximum 20 shadow day. How? So basically on 21st June, sun is 1 day over Cancer, 23.5 north, and on 22nd June the sun has started shifting down. Then after on 22nd December the sun is vertical, and on 23rd December the sun will start moving up. Means Cancer and Capricorn are going to experience maximum or minimum only 1 day vertical sun rays, means only 10 shadow day. But in context of moving north or south, all the places which are located in between 23.5 north and 23.5 south are going to experience twice vertical rays. One when the sun will move in north, and second when the sun will move in south. So these are the events which are asked. Then after they can ask you that the northern hemisphere will experience longest day in which month of the year or which week of the year. Like they can ask you the second half of June, second half of July, or they can say you first half of June or first half of July. Like that only in December also they can ask you. Second thing, they can ask you the another way also. What? Shortest day or the shortest night. This also they can ask. Then after, they will ask you the another type of question. What? Longest day on earth is on, and they will give you fill in the blanks. And they are going to give you the option also. 21st June, 21st July, 22nd December, 22nd November. Now, you are going to mark the answer 21st June. But the question is that on 22nd December also longest day is there. So, why you are marking 21st June and the correct answer is 21st June? Why not 22nd December? So, many of you might be thinking that we, India, lie in northern hemisphere, so we will take the event of north. It's not right. Partially it is right. How? See, if we see earth, we have two parts, land and sea. The humans resides on land. And if we see the distribution of land and sea, the maximum land part on earth is located in northern hemisphere, which means maximum human population is residing in northern hemisphere. So, the event which majority will experience, that event will be considered worldwide. Like there is a, you can say, festival in the last week of December which is considered as Christmas, as we all know, and the month of December is considered as Christmas carnival or winter carnival. Now the question comes, in December, two countries are there who experience, basically major two countries, Australia and New Zealand, or you can say South Africa or Argentina. They experience summer season in December month. So why we are not considering it as summer carnival? As because majority of the population who is celebrating the Christmas, the month of December is winter for them. That's why the Christmas carnival is considered as winter carnival instead of summer, because of majority. Like that only, if they have not mentioned you the hemisphere, only they are mentioning you longest day and longest night, then you are going to assuming as the event of north. When they will ask you south, then only you are going to answer the events and the dates of southern hemisphere. Mind it. Otherwise, it is going to be wrong. Now, apart from this, you might be getting question in your mind that, sir, why this is happening? And as we all know that sun is static in our solar system and earth is revolving around sun. So why the sun is migrating? So we will move on to that part also, why it is happening. Before that, let me tell you two events more. That is, beyond 66.5 degree north and 66.5 degree south, there is continuous 6-month day and night. Means, if the sun is going to rise, then it will not set for coming 6 months, and if the sun is going to set, it will not rise till coming 6 months. Means, if we consider ourselves, so in 1 year, what we experience, that there are say 365 days. Means 365 times the sun will say good morning, and 365 times the sun is going to say good night. But here beyond 66.5 degree north and south, if the sun is going to say good morning, means it will rise. So till coming 6 months it will remain in the sky over the horizon and the daylight will be there. And if it is going to set, so it will rise after next 6 months. Means here technically there is only one day and one night. And what we see, 365 days, 365 night. So the question comes, sir, why? Why this is happening? The longest day, longest night, or 6 month day, 6 month night. So this is due to, you can say, tiltation of earth or the axial tiltation of earth. And as you all know that our earth is tilted on its axis, not straight. Like if we draw our earth, if we take from the center of earth 0 degree, so this must be 90 degree north and this must be 90 degree south. But it is not like that. Our earth is tilted on 66.5 degree. This is the tiltation of earth. Means presently this is actual north and actual south, or you can say geographical north and geographical south. And this is magnetic south and magnetic north. As you, when you will study the earth's interior, you will come to know that earth behaves like a bar magnet, and in bar magnet we know there is magnetic north and magnetic south. So earth has also got magnetic north and magnetic south, but presently the polarity of the earth is considered as reverse polarity. Means the geographical north is basically the magnetic south and the geographical south is basically the geographical magnetic north, and they does not coincide. Means they are not overlapping. This is geographical and geographical north, magnetic south, geographical south, magnetic north. On world map you will see that magnetic south is present in Antarctica and magnetic north, magnetic north is present in Antarctica and magnetic south is present just above Canada, or you can say in the northern part of Canada near Prince Charles Island. Now if we see the difference between 90 degree and 66.5, means the difference over the axis, it is 23.5, and this is only the axial tiltation of earth. Means the earth is tilted over its axis on 23.5 degree and the whole body is tilted on 66.5 degree. This means the diagram which we draw like this straight, it is not like that, but rather the original diagram is like this, or you can say the actual earth is lying this. This is south and this is north. Tiltation of earth, or you can say earth is tilted on its axis. Now let me show you how the sun is migrating, or basically the longest day and longest night is happening. So consider this as Earth and this is our Sun. This is the position, northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. In this position, basically the northern hemisphere is facing the Sun directly and southern hemisphere is away and northern is near. So the part of Earth which will be near to the Sun will receive more sun rays, more insolation, so it will be hotter, and the part which is away from the Sun will experience less sun rays and will be colder. That's why the part which will be near to the Sun will experience summer season and the part which is away from the Sun will experience winter season. Now from here the Earth is going to come over here. In this situation, the south is facing the Sun directly and north is away. So south, now in southern hemisphere summer season will be there and in north winter. Now from here to here, the Sun is going to pass or Earth is going to pass from these two parts, which is the transitional phase. That's why there is neither 5 or 3 nor 3 seasons on Earth, but only 4: summer, winter, autumn and spring. And the seasons will be alternate in nature, always mind it. If the north is having summer, then south will be having winter. North is having spring, so south will having autumn. Always alternate. So when the Earth is revolving around the Sun on its tilted axis, then the season is changing. And in paper also, exam, they have asked that the season on Earth changes due to. And in option, if they are going to give you only the revolution of Earth, then it is wrong. Why? Because if the revolution of Earth is only responsible for the change in seasons, then what about the tiltation? Because if the Earth will be straight in nature, the whole part from north to south will receive the equal sun rays, and when they will receive the equal sun rays, there will be equal day and equal night, and when there will be equal day and equal night, just like equator, there will be only one season, that is summer. So the correct answer will be the season on Earth changes due to revolution of Earth around the Sun on its tilted axis. Clear to you all? Now the length of day and night. So the part of the Earth, suppose presently the northern hemisphere is facing the Sun. So north is experiencing the longer days and south is experiencing the longer nights. Let me show you with a clear diagram. This is Sun, and you can see there will be 4 positions of Earth. Now, if you notice, equator is receiving the sun rays throughout the year vertically, or you can say more or less equal. But as we are moving towards pole, the rays are going to be slanting in nature, and till the North Pole, the sun rays are going. But if we take the southern hemisphere, the sun rays are coming till 66.5, and the rest of the rays are passing through. As because the earth is tilted and curved, so the places which are located beyond 66.5 south are not able to receive the sun rays. That's why there is night. And the North Pole is having day. Now the part of the earth which is facing the sun will receive a longer daytime, and the part which is away from the sun will receive a longer night time, or you can say less sunlight. Means the length of day and night on earth is basically determined due to tiltation of earth on its axis. Because if the earth will become straight or not be tilted on its axis, the whole earth is going to receive the sun rays vertical, means equal day and equal night. So due to the amount of insolation or the amount of energy which is coming from sun to earth, you can say the season are also being controlled, and along with the length of day and night. But mind it, it's not necessary that the longer day time will be responsible for more temperature and shorter day time will be responsible for less temperature. Why? As because the sun rays which are coming to earth are in the form of short wave radiations, or basically they are considered as insolation, and the temperature on the earth's surface are governed by many factors, which are latitudes, altitudes, continentality, which is also known as distance from land and sea, then after ocean currents, prevailing winds, all these, because all these factors are going to affect the temperature of any place. But globally, if we consider the latitudinal section, they are more responsible, and latitudinally the earth is divided in 5 temperature belts. Now how? So basically, as the earth is tilted on its axis, the angle of sun rays which are coming from there are coming on the surface in different angles. Like in some areas between 23.5 north and south, the rays are more or less vertical in nature, or you can say they are coming vertical till Cancer and Capricorn, as we saw right now. And as we move from Cancer and Capricorn towards the higher latitudes, the rays start becoming diagonal, or you can say slanting in nature, and beyond 66.5 the rays are almost vertical. So we will see the effect of angle of incidence, or basically the angle of rays, which is determining the different temperature belts. But here what we are seeing, that how the length of day and night is being governed. So when the sun, earth will come here, both the hemisphere, means equinox, they will receive equal day and equal night, autumn and spring. Again the south will experience a longer day and shorter night, north will experience shorter day, longer night. So winter in north, summer in south. Again the earth will come here, neither too hot nor too cold. So two things, again I am reminding you, the season on earth is changing due to revolution of earth around the sun on its tilted axis, and the length of day and night is due to tiltation of earth on its axis. Now if we take opposite, if the earth will become straight or might have not tilted, the length of day and night will be equal, and there will be only one season on earth, that will be summer. Now the question comes, why not two? So basically on practical basis there are two seasons only, summer and winter. Autumn and spring are the transitional seasons, means from summer when the north will move towards winter, it will experience autumn, and from winter when it will move towards summer, it will experience spring. So spring and autumn are basically the transition seasons. So If earth will become straight, only one season. Presently due to tiltation along with revolution, there are 4 seasons. Clear to you all? Now I am going to discuss you that how due to tiltation, the angle of rays which are coming to sun, to earth's surface are determining the temperature belts of the earth globally. So I will take the 2 examples, that is one of vertical rays and one of oblique rays, because the third one or the third case will be horizontal in nature, and when it will be horizontal in nature, basically it will be parallel to the ground. Now the question for you, the amount of energy which is coming to earth from sun is equal or not? What will be the answer? Yes, it is equal, which is considered as solar constant. Now we are assuming it as 10 units. Now see how the distribution of temperature is being affected latitudinally due to tiltation of earth. The rays which are coming vertically over the surface are occupying the less area, and the rays which are oblique in nature or diagonal, they are occupying the large area. Like you have done the experiment in your class time, flashing the torch vertically on a wall and making it diagonally, the area increases. Suppose the area of vertical rays is 1 meter square and this is 2 meter square. Now see how the game is changing. Which part will be heated more? Obviously the vertical one, because in 10 units only one person or 1 unit area is being heated, but with that 10 unit only the 2 meter area is being heated. So the energy will be distributed among 2, and here only 1. Second part, what does mathematics says? That the shortest distance between any 2 points is the vertical one or the perpendicular. This means the rays which are vertical in nature, they are covering only one width of the atmosphere, or you can say they has to cover only one distance of the atmosphere. Now in this atmosphere, as we know that water vapor is also there, dust particles, clouds and other gases. So when the energy will pass through the atmosphere, some of the energy is going to be absorbed, some of them are going to be reflected, and some of them will be scattered. Means a loss of energy is going to take place. So suppose out of this 10, there is loss of 2 unit energy in the way. Now when there is loss of 2 unit energy, so ultimately how much will come to the surface? 8. Now the oblique range, the distance has become double. Now when the distance will be double, means the amount of water vapor, particulate matters, clouds, gases will also become double. So the loss of energy will be also double. Ultimately 6 unit energy is being received by the surface. And if we talk about the horizontal rays of morning and evening, which are when the sun is over the horizon, the energy or the sun rays has to cover 11 times distance of the atmosphere, which means 11 times thickness, 11 times more presence of dust particle, water vapor, clouds, means 11 times more loss. That's why in the morning and evening, We only receive the sunlight, but not the intensity of the rays or the heat of the energy. But as the sun starts moving over the head, the distance goes on decreasing and the amount of energy received by us go on increasing. And again when it will start going down, again the distance will increase and again the amount of energy will decrease. Third part. According to physics, or basically physics says that vertical rays do the least reflection and the oblique rays do the more reflection. And in your childhood, you have played with the mirror. When we put the mirror vertically to the light, there is no reflection, but when we tilt it, basically the reflection takes place. And reflection means the bouncing back of energy or the amount of energy reflected by any surface without receiving. This means the vertical rays are having least reflection and the oblique rays are having more reflection. And due to this only, the whole earth is divided in 5 different temperature belts. Or basically we can say that due to tiltation of earth, the sun rays which are coming to earth are on different angles, due to which the temperature belts has been formed. And let's see what are those. You might be wondering that here, sir, you have written 2 degrees, 23.5 and 30 degrees, 60 and 66.5. So basically 23.5 and 66.5 are the exact part from where the sun rays become horizontal in nature, or till where the sun rays are perfectly vertical in nature. But according to meteorologists, or you can say climatologists, it is believed that till 30 degree the sun rays are almost vertical in nature, and beyond 60 degree it becomes almost horizontal in nature. But don't worry, you will get only 1 degree if in examination they are going to give you. So till 23.5 or you can say 30 degree, the sun is migrating from north to south. So this area will receive the vertical sun rays throughout the year. Means throughout the year the income will be more and the expenditure will be less. And that's why this area is known as torrid zone or the hot zone in which we are present. Then after beyond 30 degree, the sun rays become oblique in nature or diagonal. Means the income and expenditure is more or less equal, so neither too hot nor too cold. So it is considered as temperate zone. And beyond 66.5, the sun rays are almost horizontal in nature, due to which it is considered as frigid zone, or in layman term, the polar areas which are frozen throughout the year. And like this, the whole earth is divided in 5 different temperature belts: 1 torrid, 2 temperate and 2 frigid. And why this is so? As because of tiltation of earth. Latitudinally, the whole earth is being divided, but the temperature of any place is also governed by the local factors also. And as we know that the land and sea on earth are not equally distributed, and on the other hand there is a big difference in the specific heat of land and sea. So apart from latitudinal extent or latitudinal presence, the temperature of any place is affected by the local factors also. Like, let me give you the example. Suppose any place which is present on equator will experience vertical sun rays throughout the year. So torrid zone, hot zone, and in hot zone no ice can be found. But as we know, our atmosphere is an open system, and in our atmosphere with increase in height the temperature decreases over a distance of 165 meter by 1 degree Celsius and 6.5 degree Celsius by per kilometer. Means with height the temperature will decrease. So if you are sitting on equator and moving towards the mountain, then the density of the air will decrease, and according to the normal lapse rate also the temperature is going to decrease, and finally when you will reach to that mountain top, the latitudinal effect will decrease and that you can say atmospheric presence will increase, and the temperature on equator also can be less. That's why Mount Kilimanjaro, which is located nearby equator, is having ice. Means a single place on equator which is having ice instead of located in torrid zone. Why? Because it is located on a mountain. If we take the example of India also, maximum of the India is located in torrid zone, as we all know, and during summer season in scorching heat, where we used to move, we start moving towards the mountains, Simla, Kullu, Manali. Why? Leh, Ladakh. As because during summer season also these places are cold. Why? Because of the altitude. So the local factors also can determine the temperature of any place, and this we will see in the coming topics, which is general circulation of atmosphere, that how the local factors or the factors responsible for insolation, factors responsible for controlling the local temperature of any place. Now the question which has been remained unsolved, that in which context we have drawn the latitudes. So latitudes has been drawn from the center of earth by taking center of earth as the you can say nodal point of the places which are located on the surface of earth in the angular distance, or you can say in a perfect definition that latitudes are nothing but the angular distances of the places which are located on the surface of earth with reference to the center. How? Let me give you some example. Suppose there are two places. One is Mumbai in India and one is Cancun, present in Mexico. From the center of Earth, if we draw 90 degree, now you recall that 90 degree, why it was given there in the top. So, when we will take the angular distance of these two places from the center, suppose it is 20 degree. Now what we will do? We will draw one line which will connect the places located on the both side of the earth on the angular distance of 20 degree. Means if it will be in the top, it will be considered as 20 degree north, and if it will be in the bottom, it will be considered as 20 degree south. And in this manner, on the interval of 1 degree each, the latitudes has been made in north and south, 90 top and 90 bottom. Now the question comes, so there are how many latitudes on earth? I am giving you the option 178, 179, 180 and 181. So many of you have given the answer 179 and many as 181. And the question was total number of latitudes. So the answer is 181. Now those who have considered 179, they are wondering that, sir, 90 top and 90 bottom is a point, as because when we are moving from equator towards pole, the area is synchronizing and the smallest, or you can say the last part, the 90 degree, as they are concentric circles, it will be a point. So you are not including them, and when we will exclude 90 top and 90 bottom, it will be 179. So why it is 181? So let me give you the explanation. 90 top and 90 bottom is a point, and as we saw in the definition of latitude, that you can say latitudes are imaginary lines. First thing means line, and second thing, the shape of latitudes are circle. So if we see the definition of line and circle according to mathematics, so point is a line which can be extended up to infinity, we know, and point is a circle without any radius and without any diameter. Means point is a line also and point is a circle also. So 90 top and 90 bottom is a latitude. So 1 to 90 north and 1 to 90 south, 90, 90, 180 and 0, 181. But here the way of asking the question will change. Total number of drawn latitudes on earth, and when this question will come, the total number of drawn latitudes or parallels will be 179. Now the question comes, why? So as because this point is a line, but this point is not a drawn line, because when it will be drawn, it will have a perfect length, but they are not being drawn but only put over there on the 90 degree. That's why total number of parallels or latitudes 181, total number of drawn parallels or latitudes 179. Means only the addition and the subtraction of one word is going to change the meaning of the question, and it will change the answer also. So mind it. And in geography, the main game is of words only. If you are going to misunderstood the question, instead of knowing the answer, you will mark the wrong one. And the wrong one which you will figure out, you will see it in the option. And as we all know, the answer which we have figured out and we are just pointing it in the option, or we got it in the option, we are not even going to see the God who is sitting beside it. What we will do? We will say, wait, first I have to mark this because I have got the answer which I have figured. But when you will come to home and you will discuss the question, what you will realize that the question which was asking the main aspect, the correct answer is given in the another option. But after realizing at home, you can't correct it in your answer sheet. So always read the questions very carefully. That's why geography's questions are easiest also and toughest also. Now moving on to the next part, that is longitudes, along with the international timeline and international dateline. So in the coming lecture, we will see the longitudes and calculation of time and calculation of date. Till then, thank you. Have a nice day.